Welcome to the 10 Minutes Gold Mine, where every book gives you a treasure of knowledge in just 10 minutes. The Way of Zen, Alan Watts. Introduction. Alan Watts. The Way of Zen is one of the most accessible and insightful books on Zen Buddhism, blending history, philosophy, and practical wisdom. Watts takes readers on a journey through the origins of Zen, its development in China and Japan, and its deeper meaning in everyday life. Unlike complex academic discussions, he presents Zen in a way that resonates with modern readers, making it a perfect starting point for anyone curious about this profound way of thinking. But what exactly is Zen? How did it emerge, and why does it continue to influence countless people worldwide? Let's break it down. Part 1. The Roots of Zen. To understand Zen, we need to go back to its origins. Watts explains that Zen is deeply rooted in Taoism and Mahayana Buddhism. It all started in India with the teachings of the Buddha, which later merged with the naturalistic and paradoxical philosophy of Taoism in China, forming Chan Buddhism, the Chinese version of Zen. When Buddhism reached China, it adapted to Taoist simplicity and directness. Instead of focusing on heavy scriptures and rituals, it became more about direct experience and intuition. Watts highlights that Zen doesn't rely on logical explanations or sacred texts as much as it does on living in the moment. Zen also took inspiration from the Taoist idea of effortless flow, letting things happen naturally instead of forcing them. This idea shaped Zen's unique character, making it different from other Buddhist traditions that focused more on strict discipline and scriptures. One interesting story Watts shares is about Bodhidharma, the monk credited with bringing Zen to China. When the Chinese emperor asked him how much merit he had earned from building temples, Bodhidharma replied, "None whatsoever." This shocked the emperor because it went against everything he had been taught about Buddhism. But that's the essence of Zen. It's not about external achievements but direct realization. Key takeaway. Zen is about direct experience, not intellectual understanding. It's about feeling reality as it is, without labels or expectations. Part 2. The Zen Mindset, Beyond Logic and Duality. One of the most fascinating aspects of Zen is how it challenges our usual way of thinking. We are used to dividing the world into opposites, good and bad, success and failure, self and others. But Zen dissolves these distinctions, showing that everything is interconnected. Watts describes mu, a Zen concept that means, not this, not that. It's the idea that things are not as rigid as we think. The more we try to define something, the further we get from truly experiencing it. Zen also encourages non-attachment. This doesn't mean rejecting life but rather embracing it without clinging. Imagine holding water in your hand. Gripping too tightly makes it slip away. That's how life works. The more we try to control things, the more we suffer. Another key idea is satori, a sudden moment of enlightenment. Unlike Western ideas of gradual self-improvement, Zen suggests that deep understanding can happen in an instant. Watts explains that satori often comes when we stop trying so hard. A great example is the story of a student who asked a Zen master how to reach enlightenment. The master responded, "Have you eaten your rice?" The student said yes, and the master replied, "Then wash your bowl." This simple exchange reveals a deep truth. There's no need to seek some grand revelation. Enlightenment is in the ordinary. Key takeaway. Zen invites us to drop rigid thinking and flow with life. Instead of trying to control everything, we should embrace the present moment as it is. Part 3. The Practice of Zen, Meditation and Spontaneity. How do you actually practice Zen? Watts explains that Zazen, sitting meditation, is at the heart of Zen. It's not about chanting or praying but simply sitting and being aware. No goal, no expectation, just watching your thoughts come and go like clouds in the sky. Watts also explains koans, paradoxical riddles used by Zen masters to break logical thinking. A famous one is, "What is the sound of one hand clapping?" If you try to answer logically, you'll struggle. The point is to make you let go of fixed ideas and experience a direct, intuitive understanding. Zen also values spontaneity. Watts gives examples of Zen masters who respond to questions in unpredictable ways, like shouting, laughing, or even hitting their students, not out of anger, but to shake them out of mental habits. One of the most famous Zen stories is about a student asking a master about enlightenment. The master responds by simply drinking tea. This teaches that enlightenment isn't some distant achievement, it's found in the most ordinary moments. Key takeaway: Zen practice isn't about escaping reality but fully engaging with it. Whether meditating, drinking tea, or walking, every moment is an opportunity for awareness. Part 4. Zen in Everyday Life. Zen isn't just for monks or philosophers, it's a way of living. Watts explains that Zen can be applied to everything: art, work, relationships, and even daily routines. The key is to be fully present and act effortlessly. A great example of this is the concept of Wu Wei, which means effortless action. Instead of forcing things, Zen teaches us to act naturally, like a river flowing around rocks. This applies to creativity, decision-making, and even sports. The best athletes and artists don't overthink, they simply let their skills flow. Watts also discusses how Zen can transform daily tasks. Washing dishes, drinking coffee, or even walking can become a form of meditation if done with full attention. Instead of seeing them as chores, they can be moments of deep presence. Key takeaway: Zen teaches us to live with presence and effortlessness. When we stop resisting life and start flowing with it, everything becomes more natural and enjoyable. Part 5. The Paradox of Zen, a Path with No Destination. One of the most mind-bending aspects of Zen is that it has no ultimate goal. Unlike traditional religions or self-help philosophies that promise enlightenment or success, Zen says there's nothing to attain. Watts calls this the gateless gate, the realization that you're already where you need to be. Enlightenment isn't something far away, it's recognizing what's been here all along. This is why Zen masters often laugh when asked about deep truths. They know there's nothing to chase. The moment you stop seeking enlightenment, you're already there. Key takeaway: Zen is about realizing that there's nowhere to go and nothing to achieve. The journey itself is the destination. Conclusion. Alan Watts, The Way of Zen is more than just a book, it's an invitation to see life differently. It shows that simplicity, awareness, and spontaneity are the keys to a deeper existence. Instead of complicating life with endless worries and desires, Zen teaches us to embrace each moment as it is. So, what do you think? Have you ever had a moment where you felt completely present? How do you see Zen's idea of effortless action applying to your own life? Let me know in the comments. That's it for today's 10 Minutes Gold Mine. If you found value in this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep mining for more golden knowledge. See you in the next one.